Hey, hey, this is not MSP thing. This is my thing. So we don't put music. We just fucking come in raw.
Huh.
Hey, oh, again, this is like what I had just started doing these. If nobody shows up, fuck it. It'll just be like a recording that we got here, and then I'll find a way to chop it up later, turn it into a video. If people show up, great. But we're gonna be here for I don't know. Has anybody announced any like has SB showed anything that he's gonna live today or is Wrangler gonna live?
I don't know. I, there was so much going on yesterday that I couldn't keep up with any of it. I still haven't watched Wrangler's stream. I'm sure it was full of fucking excuses and everything else. But yeah,
I
he,
saw
he
I was watching some of it with uh with SB, but I also went on part of the trolls thing for a minute.
yeah, he's going live at 4:30. So
Who
and
is Wrangler?
Wrangler, yeah, and he's dumping all over Broken System, Broken Trust. Boy, he does have
Oh
a
my
hard on. If you think that Kfar and him are not totally embedded with each other still conversating, there's your proof right there.
well yeah, well, one of the insider things that and I don't like fucking doing all that fucking, like, you know, talking now because like I don't agree, then I'm gonna start giving out secrets and shit like that. No, that's not cool, like if fucking I keep my word to certain things and that's how I am. But these things, like for me are relevant to what we're saying because I didn't necessarily like I don't necessarily think these conversations are like things to be held up. You know what I mean? It's like because I told him a bunch of times they're like just just announce Wrangler. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Why is that so hard? I don't understand that. And now I do. Now I get it because at the time I was thinking, like maybe it's because fucking, he really doesn't. There's something there that we're not seeing. Maybe Wrangler told him something and it made sense to him, but he's not bringing it out yet. Like at the time I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. But now I realize what it really was. And I know what it really is. And I think it's plain and simple. His ego got hurt because um Don't Vet is it the fucking he isn't the content creator that will fucking butter you up. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much I think that's what it comes down to. It comes down to his ego got hurt. He doesn't really care for Wrangler. I doubt that he cares. Like how much he cares about things. And I'm really starting to doubt that. But it doesn't matter. Like that. Like that's another thing too that I don't want to put out there. Like if you care, people care. Your heart's into it, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's you're espousing too much. You're putting too much. You're giving too much emphasis on a person that you're trying to get entertainment value out of. You know what I mean? So I think that that stuff is a little bit irrelevant, but I do think that his ego was hurt from Stone Vet, and he simply just doesn't want to come out and say, you know what, I didn't like the way Stone Vet came at me about it. You know what I mean? Because it's really petty if he says it, and it kind of shows his lack of maturity in some aspects. So I understand why he wouldn't say it, but I think all things considered, I would have just have said that. You know what I mean? Like I always say, sometimes like just take the L and fucking and see where you go from there because some things are worse. Like and he made it worse by not saying nothing, by playing all the little games that he was playing. And I think now, even though he may not want to, I think that he's in bed with Wrangler regardless. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
there's nothing changed except for the fact that they just don't communicate online together. That's it. There's no trail of them communicating with each other online. That's the only difference. They still text, they still in each other's Discord, they still call each other, they still sit by the fucking lockers in the morning and gossip. Um, there's nothing changed with Kpar. And they're petty. Kpar is petty. Like him and Jennifer Klein and KTZ and who else was the other one? Oh, Miss Mandy. They all like they all are so butthurt. Like I got so many Twitter screen grabs of Miss Mandy crying because Coded Friends was talking about her on a stream, and I watched the stream she was talking about. It was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. And she's crying like, "Hey, do something, shut him down." And they're like, "Damn, lady, like, calm down. Shut him down. He's talking about me. He's talking about me. Wah, wah." And I'm like, "Holy shit, this is if you don't want to get involved, don't get involved, right?" If like
Yeah.
these dudes sit around and talk about frauditors and say they're not drama channels, and then when the drama comes back to them, they're like, "Oh, they're bullying me. They're talking about me. I don't like it." It's like that's even worse. That at least some of the bitches on that I've covered, like Ricky Monday and Tom Zebra, have not stooped that low to report content and get bully strikes and go to Team YouTube on Twitter. I mean that's they're just little bitches. They're little bitches. They can't stand freedom of speech. They can't stand being called out on their bullshit. But Wrangler and Capar, they're absolutely neck and neck with each other. It ain't nothing. I promise, ain't nothing changed between the two of them. They talk all day, every day. Um, and it's the same content. They're both putting out the same content about the same people every day. So yeah,
Yeah.
let Capar go down with the ship. Fucking anchor
Well,
painter.
yeah, that anchor got too much pain. It's gonna weigh you down. Uh, the thing is that, like, I'm just like, beside myself a little bit sometimes because I'm like I don't get this. I don't get this what's happening here. You know what I mean? Because like I and this is something that for me is the weird part. Everybody likes to use that word, and I hear it a lot. That's weird. You're weird. That's weird. You're weird. And it's like I just don't operate in the way these people do because I've been in situations where like you're upset with somebody, right? But you have to continue because you have a job. Like you're dealing with something in the background, but you gotta go do other things so you're not like you kind of like put it off to the side and not think about it or whatever. But it's stuff like that. But it's like this obsessive like behavior that just like is strange because it's like okay like I don't know why like you know people get like overzealous like and try to like completely like destroy somebody over like a difference of opinion or this is something that where this whole situation kind of like made me think and this is one of the main reasons why I've been wanting to do like a live about like discussing this whole Wrangler situation. You see, before Wrangler, well, at least by the time when Wrangler had started coming in, my channel was developing to be like an anti-frauder channel, right? But I was never satisfied with that. Like I would make a video and I'd scrap it, or I'd talk about somebody and I'd delete the video because it was something was bothering me. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know why. I couldn't just create things. You know what I mean? Where I could think about anything else and create something out of it. But when it came to these subjects, there were things that were bothering me. Like why is it that it is bothering me? And I've come to the realization that I'm not I'm not that boot licking over the top police like supporter. I was just on the other side of a pendulum. That's all. Like I've always been somebody who wanted to fight corruption or anything like that when I see it because I've seen it. You know what I mean? And so
Right.
when this stuff started happening, it kind of like made me think about like where I wanted the direction of this channel to go. So I'm like maybe I'm not exactly what I've been portraying. You know what I mean? Because it's like I did have a lot of vitriol for fathers, but when I started breaking it down, like I started really breaking down what the problem was that I had with fathers. It wasn't anything to do with what the law was, right? Like you can make an argument off of that. Really, what was bothering me was their behavior, was the things that they were doing. That's what I was speaking up against, and I realized, that's the direction that I want to take it because what is the real problem to me. Like I really
Bunch
have
of
no problem
assholes
with
with cameras is what it is.
right, and that's what it is. It's like you, you don't like you don't want to defend people that are bad. You're not trying to be that kind of a person. Whatever. Like but they make points, and and you can be honest with yourself and say like there are some points there, and there are some people are a little too like sensitive and stuff like that when I will admit that sometimes the ladies in the offices that run into the back and stuff like that. I think that's a little much. You know what I mean? I get it. There are weirdos out there, and if you are dealing with some stalking situation or whatever, and it's real serious, then like no criticism for fucking running away if you don't want to get caught or whatever. Like, cool. But most people aren't in that situation, so that's like for me that's a little much when I see people acting that way. So that would be like probably like one of the few things that I might like I'm really like starting to switch my mind on. But the bigger thing about all of this to me is that like we like gotta like stop doing this thing where we're um my team, your team, you know what I mean? Like like I think that's something that is really like creating a landscape of not only like the communities that are like that are building amongst like these different subjects, but also like the way it's presented, right? Because I think that what's happening is that since everybody becomes so tribalistic about these things, they don't stop like to think that that's not free speech isn't about and I realize this now. It's not about just being able to say something. It's about being able to hear something because
Yep.
if you don't hear it, you won't know it. You gotta hear them talk first. If there's anything that this Wrangler situation has taught us, is that we have to be listening. If I don't listen to Wrangler, if I decide to be the one that's just talking on that live, who knows how long it would have taken for this stuff to come up? Or who knows if he would have even smartened up and never said anything? You know what I mean? Like we we have to listen to things we don't want to listen to. Like that, we understand that those either people don't have a point, those people are stupid or whatever, right? And so I've completely changed my mind in the way I want to look at the whole frauditor versus anti-frauditor situation. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't change my mind on the top tier fucking assholes in the frauditor world, right? Those assholes made their name off of fucking both the deception and their fucking the stupid shit that they do. So this doesn't for no means change my mind on most of them. It will make me see things a little bit more openly when it comes to certain people, like the whole situation with Georgia's transparency.
Well,
Hey, hi, Species, thanks for showing up.
one of the things I've noticed is that there's a lot of jockeying for position now. There's a lot of people who were in Wrangler's camp and up until they couldn't anymore. And now they're trying to take credit for the work that other people have been like pounding their fists on the on the desk. Um, in my opinion, and I'm going to stick by this, and I hate that it is him, but Tats was the very first one to call out stolen valor against Wrangler, and then it was Reaper. Sorry, it was Reaper, uh, and then Dan. Uh, I like to say you and your recordings, which I think are probably the most important ones of all. His telling his stolen valor stories on your stream. And then I decided I didn't like him, and I've been on that tear for 3 months now, so 4 or 5 months.
Well,
I don't even know, but everybody is like trying to push out everybody else, and I think it's so that they can save face. Oh, we're the ones that took down Wrangler. No, the point is to take down Wrangler, and now you're starting to make up accusations and throw shit around that like, oh, why did you contact the family? I never contacted anybody. The only person I ever contacted was about a month and a half ago. Contacted Calhoun County, the DA, and left a voicemail. They never called me back. I never spoke to anybody on the phone. So it's a bunch of horse shit. Oh, look, the fucking piece of shit. The piece of shit's in the fucking chat. Oh, look, she can't stand not being the center of attention, can you, you fucking fat Eminem head? Yeah, well, you should apologize, Shiz, because I put in fucking work myself. I don't like the guy. And now you're trying to take me down? You're a bitch. You're just a bitch for the sake of being a bitch. I've gone down your rabbit hole, Shiz. It's not a fucking pretty place. It's not a fucking pretty place. You're just desperate for attention. You're willing to shit on everyone else so that you get all the credit. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm a little bit butthurt because she's throwing out accusations that are totally untrue. She knows those are untrue. She's just mad because Reaper shows up in my chat and I allow it. I'm not on Team Reaper. I think the two of you should just apologize and move on, at least until this Wrangler thing is over with. Can't you put that hatred on hold for a second? You did. It was an accusation, Shiz. It was an accusation. And I don't appreciate that because I like you want this guy fucking in jail. I don't just want him off the internet. I want him in jail. He's a piece of shit. Man, I knew this was gonna happen. This is why I didn't want to go on live. This is why I've been fucking quiet because I don't want to. I don't like this. I don't like this vitriol between people.
It's okay. It's okay. Trust me, it's fine. The thing is that okay. She says it was questioned. You're very good with receipts. You're very good with showing the things that you like to improve and stuff like that.
Shiz, you are extremely hypocritical when it comes to domestic violence. Extremely. Oh, I've gone down your rabbit hole, Shiz. You are no angel yourself. You are no angel yourself. And I've already spoken to Reaper about her things. I've already talked to her about, and I don't condone it either. It's weird to me. It is weird, but that's none of our business. It's none of your business. Who cares who someone sleeps with? It's petty as fuck. Your mission, Shiz, should be this Wrangler guy, and not trying to shit on everybody else that's involved here. Shitting on Jerry, shitting on me, shitting on fucking whoever is in your way.
Well,
it's just it's petty. It's petty. It's petty as fucking. I'm the one will stand up to you. I don't give a fuck. I'm not scared of you at all. I'm not scared of the auditors. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't fuck around and play around. All I ask is for just an apology for accusing me of that, and I'll take everything down about you. But leave me out of your conversations and don't talk to me anymore. Like, don't even bring me up. Don't even acknowledge me in a chat. It's irritating. It's irritating that you would even go there. Like Lupe had said, I thought the whole point was to bring down Reaper, or not Reaper, bring down Wrangler. And I said, well, then why did she call me out? It's so hypocritical. And I'm going to stand up against liars and misinformation. That's what my channel's all about. So, I mean, that's just fucking wrong of you, Shiz. Wrong.
Well, I mean,
So now you're bringing up Jerry's dirt because that's what you do. That's what you do. You didn't ask a question. You said that I fucking called you piece of shit. You said I called the family. I would never fucking call the family. I called the DA like a month and a half ago and got a voicemail and they never called back. That's how much effort offline I've put into it. Yeah, I went psychotic. Okay, that's rich. That's rich, Shannon. That's real rich. Yeah. What a vaginal response to a question. Yeah. Oh, you're the OBGN expert. Oh, yeah. I've gone down your rabbit hole, Shiz. It's not a pretty fucking place. You're a genuine scumbag. You are a genuine fucking scumbag. Oh, this is why I didn't want to go on live, because this dumb bitch is gonna throw out accusations. She's gonna throw shit out that she don't know fucking nothing about. Just apologize, and we're over it. Can you say I'm sorry, Mitchell, or I'm sorry, Mystery? Oh, your
Wow, nobody
son?
said anything about
I
that.
don't
No,
even know
no.
anything about your son. I haven't gone down
Wow.
that far of the rabbit hole yet. Just
Yeah,
apologize, and we're done with it. You can move on.
I don't know.
It's
I
on.
mean, yeah.
It's
I
on
mean,
you.
look. Hang on, hang on. Can you hear me? Look, we weren't even going down this road. You just popped up, and that triggered him. All right. And look, I get it. You're upset that he's here, but like, you throwing shots at me for that stuff is like, dude, hey, dude, what am I supposed to do? Like you triggered him to talk
All right,
about it.
shits. Then let's go to fucking war, you stupid bitch. Let's go to fucking war, you fucking cunt.
Ah, well, there you go. That I guess that was the ugly part of this stuff. Jesus. Oh, it is. Ah, well, hang on. I don't even know why. I mean, did you just ask the question? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know where the accusation came from. Like, did you post it? Was it posted? Did you put it on on something or something? Like, I that was like all I wanted. Well, this is part of the subject matter, and let me know the values to lower whatever. Um, this is like this is what I'm saying. Like what I wanted to discuss was the whole situation. To talk about the good part. Really got into just the bad parts right now, and this is the other side of it. Is that I don't. I necessarily don't, and I never have really cared for having credit or whatever for the things that happen or whatever. I don't I think Wrangler is a piece of shit person, and I think he should be brought down. And I will help in any way that I can. If I get credit for it, fine. If all I do is get a little shout out here and there, that's cool. And I really I was not ready for that. I really wasn't ready for that. But hey, like I said, there's emotional things that are tied in, and I can't sit here and say that I've never been emotional about certain things. I am. We're human. We fucked up. You know, that was a little bit crazy, but oh well. Like hey, I don't think I look. That was his again. I'm listening to what you guys are saying. He says that you didn't make a question. You made a statement. You're saying that who's asking for credit? These are two things that I'm up in the air about. Yeah, no, damn it. This is not about for me. It has nothing to do with credit. I'm just listening to two sides say their arguments, and I'm putting what the arguments are out there. Whether or not one is right or one is wrong, I don't know yet because I don't have the info. I don't have like things that are out there. You know what I mean? Do do I think Shiz actually try to get credit for this? I think that somebody can make an argument for it, but do I think that? No. I think that she's given SV his time to do his thing, and you guys have had some sort of thing, some sort of collaboration where you talk about the murder charges and you talk about the military stuff. That seems to be like it's been an arrangement. I don't like I said, I'm not over here saying, give me credit, give me a shout out, whatever. I'll always speak against Wrangler because I don't like him. Now, all the other stuff, if you guys want to still, trash me about the Saddle thing or whatever, I, what am I gonna do? That was my mess up. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm not gonna get sad. Of course, I'm not. If you're gonna embellish things or make lies, of course, I'm gonna get upset too about that. But I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying anybody has. All I'm saying is that obviously he's mad. That was completely like fucking out of left field. But you guys seem I guess to see his opinion. I don't know. You guys just wanted to talk to him. No, I have no idea what you guys wanted to do with that. You guys, if the point was just to see his side of it or whatever, then hey. You guys got his side. I did not want that. He was talking to me before. I never wanted to mention it. I told him keep that out. I just want to talk about Wrangler. That's it. Because I didn't want to talk about that stuff, and that's it. Oh well, I don't know why. Then he feels like it was like something that you announced. I really don't know. Like I don't know how those things network or whatever. I just know that some people can say something and other people carry it and it becomes something else. And that's the thing. That's why some things I think should be resolved first. Like, hey, are you okay? Talking on you guys talk on the DMs or whatever. I know that if you don't completely get it, I understand why you would have to wait until something like this before you made the conversation. I don't know, man. I'm not like I told you guys plenty of times. I'm not. I don't. I, I'm not here to like to be fucking doing this kind of shit, like just trying to find, different things like between people and shit like that. And I'm also not trying to fucking have some sort of camp like that either. All I'm doing is trying to talk about shit that I'm interested in, and so I'm interested in having a conversation about Wrangler. I'm wanting to get this off my chest, talk about things that's it. I'm not, like I don't know. I don't know about all this other stuff that's happening in the background or people who are like having feelings about shit. It is what it is. And that's even a fucking a Rangerism right there. That like I really don't like to use a lot. It's just what am I gonna do? Like all I'm trying to do is have a channel. That's it. Just have talk about the stuff that interests me, and that's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Um, well, I, I really wanted to tell him, don't, why, don't do the personal attack stuff. You know what I mean? I was gonna tell him, but then I was like, I just finished saying it. The way I feel about this whole situation is that I don't. We really just gotta start listening to people instead of trying to overtalk them. That was like what I was trying to get at. Because you know if you don't listen to people and what they're saying, you're not gonna know where they're coming from. You think that it's one thing, and you might put a little too much on something, or you might assume a little too much because it sounds like something you've heard before, or you're equating it to experiences that you have had. And it's something that we got to stop doing. Like because we all come from different worlds. We don't even here in the United States. Like it's like so different from one city to another. It's like the cultures are different, people are different. I don't think inherently we all just fucking like want to screw people over. I think that we all have our insecurities and the things that we understand that like hurt us and stuff like that. So we're targeted against it. We protect ourselves against it. We don't want it to happen again. So when we hear certain language or things like that, it's easy for us to espouse that okay, that person is what I think they are, and it's like I think that a lot of people get in trouble thinking that way. So I don't necessarily agree with everything that Mystery said. I never have, but he has been a true friend since I've been on the YouTube creation side, and he is a very upfront person. He carries his emotions on his sleeve, but he's not a dickhead. And that's all I have to say about that. Whether or not he's wrong or right about things he said about Chiz is not about what I was talking about here. Like I said, I don't agree with everything you said, and if he came on here and I brought him on here specifically to talk about that, then I would apologize to Chiz. But this just happened because he showed up, and I think Shiv, I think you knew what you wanted to do when you showed up because I've never seen you here other than the time that the stuff was coming out about Sato and this situation. So I don't think I'll be seeing you here that often. But no worries. I think you know what it is, dear mid. The mic that I'm using right now is a Bluetooth one, and I don't have none of my wires because I've been packing, so I'm gonna move. And so, I'm just dealing with what I got, and I just wanted to get some stuff off of my chest. I had no idea this was gonna happen. I tried to like let him know, and he told me that he wasn't gonna mention anything. Um, like I said, I definitely don't think that this should be as bad as what it is. I think I think if Shiz and him like find a way to communicate behind the scenes and maybe clear things up, I think that'll blow over. I don't think it's that serious, but I do think that these are just misunderstandings that you could want to do something about them, or you could just go your separate ways. I don't know. It doesn't really hurt me much. And that's why that's why I don't get into none of that personal stuff. Hey, who you want to be, what you want to do in your personal life is your business. As long as you're not hurting anybody, I just as long as you're not actually like doing deceitful things, like actually deceiving people, not you know there's like a big difference between deceiving and just being somebody who asks for stuff. Oh, good. Uh, Shiz, I I'm not like I said. There. If you think that I haven't dealt with Mystery and his emotional outbursts like this is not the first time. He's done that to me too. But like I said, I'm not. If I like if I felt like he was like a real piece of shit person, I definitely wouldn't try to reach out and clear things up with him. I don't think he is. I honestly feel like he's a genuine person. It's just he wears his emotions on his sleeve. He might have some sort of like reclusive mental issue. I don't know. I haven't gotten into his personal life that bad, but he's generally a good guy. Like that's all I can say. Like I said, if you don't like him because now because of the stuff that he said today, I don't blame you. Why would I be upset about that? Because he went at it. He went at you. Um, is that what you were looking for? I would ask, but I'm not going to make any assumptions as far as your intentions of coming into like that or coming into to talk to him. But it happened, and so where do you go from there? It's between y'all. And it is part of the ugly side of what's going on. There, like I said in my description, there's good, bad, and ugly. The good part is that there's a group of people who are trying to fight the good fight and get this guy in jail off the internet, whatever consolation prize we could possibly get for justice for Cameron. Uh, and the other part is, like finding new groups of people to talk to that are, clearing up stuff like, like talking to others. One of the things I wanted to talk about that I was hopefully going to get to is the whole thing about voter transparency and how like yeah, the guy is a little bit weird when it comes to his products, but I'm starting to like the dude. He's cool, he's nice. Um, so it's stuff like that, like and this is the other side of it. Uh, some people have become weird bedfellows, and other situations have become a little bit more highlighted, or I don't know, maybe this was just something that was looming that needed a spark. I have no idea. What's the moan about? Am I moaning? Am I moaning? Well, I mean, if that's the way you see it, Shiv, but I mean, I would say, like, look at your empathy a little bit. Uh, it obviously got him upset, and he's obviously, like, reacting to it. It's not really he didn't talk shit about you or anything like that. He misconstrued something, and yeah, maybe his response was unhinged or whatever. But I mean, you got come on. I get it, but I think sometimes we're able to give other people the benefit of the doubt and a little bit more leeway when it comes to their reaction. I think that sometimes we're a little bit too short on other people too. I mean, why be so short? Like what? Why not be open to just be like, okay, let's see. What do you mean that I didn't say? I said it was a question, but you're saying that it's not. Okay, well, show me what you think it's not a question. Now, if you can't prove that, then maybe you can just drop it. But if he has proof, then maybe you should look into it. That's all. That's where I'm at with that. I don't think it's that big to be personally attacking anybody. I don't think it's that big to be making all kinds of wild accusations or anything. I think it's just a thing about two people having a misunderstanding. And if you just, had a conversation outside of, the public sphere, it might be more cordial and you might just get to the bottom of it. White Rabbit, White Rabbit, he seems to be, like really, really a good person to you. You wanna come up and talk about it? Yeah, and High Thesis, that was my that's my initial the initial thing that I was trying to get at with it is that I wanted to talk about the different aspects of this, and I think I think there are bad actors who are looking for clout when it comes to this, and they're gonna come on the they're gonna come on the Wrangler side. They're gonna come on the people who are against Wranglers, and there's always that, I mean, an opportunist is an opportunist, right? I mean, that's not going to change. That's not going to make anything different. Like people are going to come and go, and they're going to try to get credit, whatever. That's just it's part of the you know this type of how do you say I want to say atmosphere or sphere of kind of like it's the residuals of the nuke, right? It's what's happening because the nuke already hit. Stone Vet, putting the stuff out, the campaign of putting all this information out on them, that would be the bomb. Um, eh, everything that's happening afterwards is the either reactionary or the radiation, whatever's happening afterwards. That's what's happening now. That's what we're looking into, and I think that you know I don't want these things to make us like have these types of little like snippet fights or whatever because it's like really I love Soviet's approach, and that's another thing that I got away from talking about is that Soviet's approach, although he clowns about it about his monetization and stuff like that or whatever, he really did involve everybody, and he continues to have that he first mentality that's been very good. I think that maybe that's the leadership aspect. Maybe that's the whole army, marine thing. Like where they understand, like hey, get everybody involved to a certain degree, so like that nobody feels like they're not a part of it. And he's done a great job of that. And I wanted that's one of the good things I wanted to talk about. I don't know if that's I have no idea if anybody else feels that way about it. I just know that I love his approach, and I've changed a lot of the ways I see things thanks to his leadership in this instance. I think he's a great guy. I think he's done some good things, but I think he's done more um, than people would give him credit for because I don't think people see things that way. I don't think people are seeing things that way. I see somebody who's able to lead a crowd and not make them, you know, uh, just a group think type of mentality. He's given everybody a voice in his chat, and at the same time, not strip away any of their individualism. I think that's so unique. Uh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how many people are here. I'm on my mobile phone. Okay. Just so everybody knows. That's why I have no idea. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but I really can't. Shears, I didn't give you the invite because I don't know if you even want to come up. Okay, I wouldn't blame you if you don't want to. I'm not trying to tell you that, you know, I'm not saying anything. I'll put the link out for anybody who wants to come up and talk. But trust me when I say I got no animosity. I didn't know this was gonna happen. All I'm doing is I'm trying to have a show. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Now, if you want to come up and speak your piece about it, cool. If you don't, understand. No problem. Anybody else who wants to come up and talk and say their piece about it, it's cool with me. It's all it's all just commentary. If you can't handle it, whatever, not making you stay. So I'm gonna leave the link for anybody who wants to come up and talk. All right, there it is. And like I said, anybody can come up and talk about it. I don't. Like I said, I'm not. I know that people may think that, oh, like, trust me, guys. There's I have nothing that, like, for me, that gets me riled up in that sense like that. I am emotional when it comes to certain things, but I'm not not a person who's just looking to shit on people. I don't hold grudges like that. It really has to do a lot with my, the way things, went in my life. Like, I've lost a lot of people early, and I wouldn't want anybody to feel, have bad feelings and stuff like that. It's something that's with me. So trust me, there is no hatred in my heart for anybody. I may not like the things you do, but unless I feel that you are a piece of shit like Wrangler, you'll never get all the ire from me. I just don't have that kind of energy. So if you guys, like I said, anybody who wants to come up and have a conversation is fine with me. But if not, I get it. Yeah, and like I said, just, I don't agree with that sentiment, but it is a sentiment. It is a sentiment, and I've heard it. Now I'm just being honest on the things that I've heard. I'm not saying that that's how I feel about it. Like I said, anybody can make an argument for it, but it's one of those things. It's like, you could either take the information given and look at it one way, or you can look at it another way. It's just one of those opinion based things. Because I mean, it, like I said, I saw the evolution of it. Um, SV said he wouldn't talk about the murder case. He wouldn't talk about the criminal aspect. You have a closer contact to him, so you guys coordinated that you would do the true crime stuff. And well, I don't think that's taking credit for anybody's work. I actually, give you credit for doing a better job of creating, the narrative on the story, because I think the first few videos were a little stagnant, maybe not enough information, and maybe you weren't sure of certain things. But getting towards his last one, I think you did a great job. I think you did an even better job with your editing. Now that's all I'm talking about. But I'm not saying that. Oh, like that means that you're trying to steal the limelight from anybody, or trying to take any credit from anybody. But I think that for some people, an argument could be made in that aspect, because they feel like, well, what did you say? Like, all you did was repeat the same story that everybody knows already. Well, I mean, yeah, we all know it because we're following everything. We're all up to anybody who's up to date with it is gonna feel like, oh, well, this is nothing new. but that's not what it's about. And I understand that the video is not about for the people that know the story, for the people who don't know the story, it's for the people who are coming into this and need a quick, I mean, the attention span in YouTube is about 10 minutes, right? If the analytics are right, it's about 10, 15 minutes. So you did a perfect video to share the narrative and to put the story out there. I'm not saying that. I don't think that's getting credit. Well, maybe he feels that way because uh, maybe he feels like he hasn't had enough credit. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, yeah, I absolutely know that. I absolutely know that. I get, like I said, that was something that was from the beginning. You saw it, and that's what I don't understand that accusation. The whole part of she saying that he contacted the family. I would like to see the comment, the actual chat of like what things were said, but I mean I can't. I could only speculate as to what because I will say this, and I'm not, like, and I know if Missy is still, like, listening, is probably calling me a bitch or pussy because I'm not really, you know, saying anything really disparaging, but this is exactly what I told them. I'm neutral in this situation because don't, I just don't know. Like I don't know what was said, how it was said, and I know him for sometimes taking things out of context. I know that other people can take things out of context. So I'm not gonna be like for sure on either one side until I know exactly what was said. Until I see it actually, like and I get it, Cheers. Like you probably remember, you probably know exactly what you said. But to be fair, I just would like to see the actual comment made. Yeah, I mean, so I think it would be easier for everybody to understand where he's coming from if we knew how the comment was worded. If you have it, if you don't, completely understand. It's not a big deal to me. I don't know why. I don't know why he went so nuclear. But then again, that's that's the way he does. He does try to like keep himself away from the internet for those reasons. But I don't know. That was just like I said. I don't. What do you want me to do? That's, it's YouTube. What are you gonna do, right? Yeah, of course. Exactly. That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. It's like a whole world outside of YouTube. There's no reason to lose your mind over it. You know what I mean? Like, and absolutely, like I get certain aspects and where people are coming from with certain things. I'm not dumb, but at the same time, it's like it, this is another part that I want to talk about too. Is that it does get a little mobbish. It does get a little group thing. It does get a little, like um I understand, like we should put that energy towards Wrangler. Um but over like smaller things, I think that we should really dial that back a little bit. Because I just think that we it can be a little bit too destructive, and it becomes fun. I get it. It's a fun thing to do when you're being that vitriolic. You know what I mean? It feels good, but we should be a little bit more cautious. Like in the way we come after people and stuff like that. I'm just I'm just saying that. I mean, people can think what they want about that, but I think that situations can be worked out much better. If there's a conversation, there's a little bit of back and forth before we go hitting the newts on everything. But that's just my opinion on it. I don't. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know. I, I'm not the best with behaviors. I've never been like a fucking manager of HR or anything. Um, I just know that like what I noticed is that sometimes if you just listen to people, sometimes you'll realize that it's not exactly what you think. I mean, like I said, I can completely get why your thoughts can go to one direction if you just know certain information. Completely understand that, but you also got to understand that we're not all the same people. We don't all come from the same city, the same barrio, the same. we're different. Cultures are different. The way people look at each other, interact with each other. I mean, I could tell you, like growing up in a Hispanic family and shit. Like it's strange to like not be so involved with your cousins and stuff like that. So when I like my friends that are not Hispanic or like that are different races and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm like, you don't know your like your third cousin or whatever, like you don't know your cousins or like your mom's sister's grandma or whatever. It's just weird to me because the families are so involved in Hispanic families. It's so big, So it's like it's strange sometimes, like when it's like, oh yeah, you don't know about this or that, like you just your core family and maybe a cousin or an aunt on the side. It's you know so that's where I'm at with all that. It's really. I don't take it that personally. I don't get so. If I thought I wasn't getting any credit, quote unquote, I definitely would say it. I wouldn't hold back about it from the beginning. It's just those are the type of things that I don't know why people would don't keep your mouth shut. If you feel like you're owed something because you did work, whatever, say something. Say something before it gets too late. But he says that now. Here's something that I definitely won't agree with. I definitely won't agree that Reaper brought out anything. That's one thing that I definitely do not agree with. I think Reaper brought out stuff when it was convenient for her to bring it up. I think that he should actually be a little bit more upset with Reaper than he is with Shiv because I think Reaper was holding information only for her benefit, and I think that's much worse. I think that's much worse. If he thinks that Shiv's trying to take credit for stuff that she didn't do supposedly, I think he should be more upset with Reaper because I think Reaper was using her information to blackmail, which is a hell of a lot worse than somebody just trying to take credit. That would be my real gripe about his argument because that's I don't get why he even puts her in. Like she wasn't saying she. I had this email thing with her where she was all like, the funny thing is she tried to come at me all cool and everything, right? So that I could tell her like, I don't know, I guess she thought I knew some crazy secrets or whatever, right? And so I conversated with her just to see, like what is it that you wanted or whatever, right? So she starts telling me, oh, I'm gonna expose Wrangler and I got him dead to rights and this and that and nothing came out. Not a single thing came out. I had that email, and not a single thing came out from her camp. Then, as Zeke comes out with his stuff, and then I because of Pyramid, because of me trying to collab and trying to like make sure that the information gets there, then boom, like we could have something out there. That's it. Like that's the real. I really don't think Reaper had any other reason to give out that information other than she wanted to blackmail or she wanted to lure it over Wrangler because she had the information before anybody. If that she said that, so why did she bring it out when Wrangler was going at her? Why have Dan put it out? Why we're talking about taking credit. She could have easily taken credit for that. She could have easily done that, but she didn't do it. She didn't do it. She didn't put it out there, and she didn't put it out there because and this does speak a lot to maybe why they're so cool with each other or they were cool with each other because it's like you know he marries a murderer, he's a murderer, this type of situation. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what's the equalizing factor there? And so why decide not to give anybody that information if your guy is turned around and you care about victims and all this other nonsense or whatever that you say, um, why did you hold out the information until it was beneficial for you to bring it out? That to me is more egregious than Shiz coming in and trying to take supposedly credit. Now, like I said, I'm not 100%, saying that these arguments that he made about her taking credit are things that can't be argued for. I don't think it's true because I've been watching this thing develop since the beginning. That's my take on it. Do I think does that make me think that MSC is a piece of shit? No, he's a good guy. He's okay. He's been a cop watcher for a long time, and he's been doing this for a long time. He's not a bad guy. He wears his emotion on his sleeve, and yes, he can react to things very harshly. It doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. He's just I think that there's a misunderstanding here that could be taken care of a lot easier if there was a conversation. That's all I'm putting out there. Um, well, I mean, like I said, is that how you worded it? There was no question mark. I mean, if it was in a live chat, I get it because in a live chat sometimes you don't got time to edit, and you're not going to be able to edit. You're either going to remove it and do it again, or you just let it float out there, right? I get that part. So if it was in a live chat, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that he's blowing it out of proportion. Okay, if this was in a live chat, he's blowing it out of proportion. If this was a post or some sort of like thread of messages between people, then okay, maybe if you can bring that out, then maybe we can scrutinize it. But other than that, like I think I think it's being blown way out of proportion. Like I think honestly, that was my thing. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. Let me just apologize if my mic is muffled, if I'm not, like if I'm not keeping up with the chat. I'm gonna be moving soon for my situation, and so I've packed all my stuff, and I haven't been able to do anything since I packed my stuff, and I've been itching to do things, but since I haven't, I want to secure that itch by having this conversation or whatever. Again, I'm not. I'm only here to conversate, to vent on situations that have been happening. Um, so yeah. Like I said, anybody who is interested in coming up, I'll put the link out again. I think I already put it once. I can't pin it, or if I could, I would. Just can't on this. Oh, my doggy. Whoa, hang on, whoa. Oh, yeah, putting the stupid link and I hit the I hit the mute and the link didn't come out. Oh, geez, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. No, I'm here. Can you guys hear me? You guys hear me? Am I here? Am I still in? Can somebody give me a hey hey? Stop it. Okay, now you're messing with me. I know you are. You're messing with me now. Ah. Okay, thanks. What happened now? I didn't even see. I did. Were you guys talking shit to Katie? I mean, I'm trying to keep up, but I got all kinds of things happening now. Yeah, my dog's asking for food. Shut up. It just a whole bunch of stuff started happening all at once. So I was like, oop, 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 oop. Gotta take care of this. Gotta take care of that. Who's upset? Who did you guys mess with right now? Were you guys messing with? Was Katie dead in the chat? I don't know. It's strange, man. It's strange, but yeah. So yeah, I put the link out there for anybody wants to take a chance and come up. Um, I like I said, a little derailed thanks to the triggering of MSC because he was gonna be my screen share guy. Uh, well, you know, there's that's another thing too. You know, like Tyson, please. That's another thing too. You know, like damn it, Tyson, stop. Wait, Tyson, stop it. What's wrong with you? There's nobody there. Go there. Go there. Go there now. Huh? Damn kid. Well, no, 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 no. Technically, no, no. He's not mine. He's not mine. He's not mine. No, no, no. He's like, he's my nephew. He's my nephew. But no, you know, like, you know, somebody does take care of him. Oh man, yeah, it's but yeah. Oh no, stop, priestess, stop. Come on now, stop it. Don't do that either. Hey, you know, look, you guys, you know, like are a little too hung up on people wanting to make money and stuff like that. You know, I understand why you guys are upset with me and all that other stuff. Completely get it. I'm not denying it. The thing is that the thing is that you know, like people want to make money on the platform, right? People will use it to make money. There's nothing wrong with that, and she's open about it too. It's not like she's being deceitful about it. It's a gimmick, and she's using it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, like I personally, it's a little to me, it's a little bit uncomfortable. Because you know it's like it's weird. You know, like the treats are already there. Just give it to the dog. Oh, okay, I see. Well, it's sarcasm. You know what? Chat sarcasm. This is why. Okay, look. I'll give you guys one thing about me that why I'm always asking for links. Okay, this is so everybody knows. Okay, it's not so much that I want to be up here. It's just that I I want to say things that make sense to y'all. You know what I mean? Like I want to when I say things on chat, sometimes they don't come off right, or I'm trying to say something but I don't got enough characters, stuff like that. You know? So yeah, sometimes it's not even. I don't even want to be like. I don't want to be on the stream for like an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. I just want to make a point. That's all. And so I get it, and that's what I'm getting at with that. It's like I get so like like fuck, like that's not what I was trying to say, but whatever, okay, or or like there's something more that I want to say, but it's just not coming off right in chat, and that's why I tell you guys like like I don't harbor like terrible feelings for a bunch of people, like it's like it's so it's fun, and I'm like cat bothering me. What's wrong, Gordo? What's wrong? Now you want my attention? Why? Come here. No, 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 no. Come here, come here, come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here, Gordo. Come here, Gordo. I hate you. I hate you. You know that? God. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Um, if you would have known me like say like right when I got out of high school, um, more Spanish than it is English, and so it's I get into a lot of my I get into like spelling words I say phonetically um more than that's the big problem with Spanish and English. Spanish is you know you spell it the way you hear it, kind of, and English is a little bit more has technical things or whatever. But I'm trying. I'm trying. That's a work in progress. I'm not. I'll get better. Hopefully someday I start making points that make more sense, or at least I'm saying enough that makes sense. At least I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, team suck here. I don't know what that means. My starting? I have. What? Wait a minute. I don't know what that means. Hey, hey, Cardo, come over here. Come over here. What are you doing? Why are you being a bad cat? What? Come over here. Come on. Come on. Come over here. You're really being a jerk. You know that? Come over here. Come over here. Gordo, stop it. Come on. Come on, bud. Come over here. Come over here. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Ah, I see. Well, I guess I guess what's done is done. Uh, uh, I was hoping, like I said, MSP was supposed to help me with screen share stuff, so that part is kind of like done. And since nobody wants to come up and talk, I guess I'm gonna have to cut it. I see that. I see that. Okay, I mean, yeah, 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 yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's the English language. Oh no, Elon, no. Or is it? Yeah, I don't know. What kind of card am I dealing with? Is Elon good or bad? All right, guys. Well, ah, that would make sense. Uh, like I said, thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up. Uh, hopefully next stream will be a little bit more, I guess, technically sound. But like I said, thanks for showing up. Thank you, everybody who showed up. Hope everybody has a nice Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, if you're celebrating. But see you guys around the chat. You guys are crazy.